So in the present changing time, the sustainability and profitability of businesses can be achieved with the help of digital transformation and innovation. So it will be very difficult for the businesses to grow in future without implementing the emerging technologies. To discuss why this shift is so important and how the transformation can happen, in small to large size business organizations, we have our industry expert with us today, Mr. Sudin Baraokar. Welcome, Sudin.
Thanks, Ashish.
Yeah, so Sudin is an emerging tech career innovator and digital transformation expert. He has been on various senior management roles with SBI, Barclays, IBM, and GE. Now, Sudin is providing IT and innovation advisory services to global banks and fintechs. He also chairs the Bank Chain Alliance, which is established to collaborate and co-develop blockchain and emerging tech solutions for 30 plus global banks. Welcome again, Sudin.
Thank you. Thanks, Ashish.
Yeah. So, Sudin, this is a very interesting topic, and you being from this domain, I would like that you simplify this complex, scenario of emerging techs to my audience and especially for the entrepreneurs. Yeah, right. So, before we start the, subject, I want you to give a brief introduction about your career journey and how you got into this, fintech world.
Yeah, sure. I'm Sudin Baraokar. Thank you for hosting me, Ashish. So I've been in the innovation and transformation space for the last 2 decades. I was head of innovation in State Bank of India, as well as in Barclays. And then I was in the US with IBM and GE. All these organizations, very, very large organizations, are very old organizations and have survived for very long because of the continuous focus on innovation and transformation. Barclays is 345 years old. It's even older than the Bank of England. The State Bank of India is 215 years old, and both GE and IBM are more than a century old. And the reason that they have prospered and survived and sustained and even today are the leaders in their space is because during my role, I was told to change the organization, to get in the innovation, to get in emerging tech, to get in AI, to get in blockchain, to get in low code, no code, to get in cloud. So these transformational technologies are very, very important, especially for even mainstream society. We can see that cloud, which started more than 2 decades back, right? Today has become standard for compute, network, and storage. It's taken 20 years, and today everybody is using a cloud. People are using public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, multi-cloud. So I have seen that from my journeys, we have been very, very successful, and also I would like to add that a lot of these transformational technologies have added 150 times economic value over a 15 to 20 year period.
Great. So how essential do you think this transformation or this kind of shift is important for the small businesses? Because the large companies like SBI, Barclays, GE, they all can implement such technologies.
I will tell you why emerging technology is so important for the Indian community and our Indian technical workforce. We are already the IT services capital of the world. We can easily become the emerging tech capital of the world. I, as head of innovation in State Bank of India, the largest lender in the company, and our post-merger office subsidiaries, it is now a top 30 global bank, having more than nearly $1 trillion on its balance sheet. So as head of innovation, I benchmarked our core banking systems at 24,000 transactions per second, about 1.5 billion transactions in a day, to cover 500 million plus customers and 700 million plus accounts. This is the most sophisticated, powerful, advanced, state-of-the-art, cutting-edge, bleeding-edge core banking system in the world,
Mhm.
developed in India by Indian technologists.
Okay, that's really interesting.
We went a one step more. We also launched in 2018, we launched our YONO banking, right? YONO is a you only need one mobile super banking app. I call it a bank in a box app, right? Where
Mhm.
all the banking services are available through your smartphone. Last, when I checked with the team, we have got more than 50 million users. This is the fastest growth of a mobile
Okay.
banking application in the world. And today we are able to address all the financial inclusion schemes. We are able to onboard the customer through our eKYC process and automated authentication. We are also able to give a 15 bips to 25 bips discount on home loans, because now
Mhm.
we are saving a lot of costs. Our typical home loan process, which still continues through the branches, takes about 2-3 weeks, and then there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of due diligence, which is all manual. Today we are giving this benefit because we have automated. You get your credit decision in a day or two. That's it, and you
Mhm.
can then get the home loan. Right
Right, right.
now, imagine a customer is saving 15 to 25 bips on the interest over a 15. Generally, typically home loans are a very long. They're typically taken for long periods, right? 15 years, 20 years.
Mhm.
Imagine the cost savings that customer has, right? So we're giving the benefit. So all this innovation and transformation is having huge benefits to the society. Even as part of our digital lending, we have been giving mudra loans to the MSMEs, to small entrepreneurs, needy entrepreneurs, who can take advantage of the government collateral guarantee, and we don't ask for any guarantee. This is also completely digitized. In the back end, we have got our Aadhaar authentication done, so we can immediately authenticate all the documents of the borrower. So this level of innovation and transformation is benefiting society, is benefiting especially the people who need money, who need resources, right?
Correct. Right.
We have built up this incredible financial system where the rich become even richer, right? A lot of only them get the money, and some of
Mhm.
them don't even come back, and they're absconding, right? They don't even return the money. Whereas the the needy people who actually need the money, don't get the money. So through this digital innovation on a mass scale, we've also invested in the digital payment infrastructure. In fact, NPCI was founded by the RBI and SBI and other banks, and today we can see that there are more than 6 billion transactions on the UPI alone per month, right? So now we also have all the data. We have also got the GST data, right? Now we can, without even looking at the stock, what a organization or MSME holds, by just looking at the GST data, we are able to lend, right? So this transformation, I think, and that's why, proud to say that banks were the first organizations, the first industry to get this done. We had several challenges. People did challenge us, can ask us, hey, is this all going to help? Is this going to play out? And we could see through COVID, everything, all the banking systems were running, right? Perfectly. All transactions,
Perfectly right.
even a loan moratorium request could be done sitting at home. Just fill up a form, online form, and that's it. In 5 minutes, you're putting your request so that you can get a loan moratorium. And a lot of them got that moratorium just in 5 minutes, right?
That's right. So
So
even like you said about the COVID period, so even at that time, only those businesses were surviving which were online, right? So the stock exchange didn't shut down. The all online every transaction was happening. Only the
yeah,
offline
absolutely,
businesses were closed. So I think it is very
absolutely.
important for the businesses to implement the technologies even today, because in the coming years, the scenario would be more technology oriented, and it will be difficult for the small businesses to fight with the competition.
No, I think what you said is absolutely apt, because what is happening in today's world is that post COVID and even before COVID, everything has become digital, contactless, and seamless.
Right. Mm.
And in the future, everything is going to become headless. Headless means the entire platforms are going to be completely automated, completely autonomic, and completely self-oriented. And this is where small entrepreneurs have the biggest opportunity. A small entrepreneur can make use of the cloud, can make use of low code, no code. That low no code is where without writing even a single piece of code, you can develop an enterprise level mobile application or a progressive web application, right? So you have the cloud, so you're saving on your OPEX costs. You don't have to buy your own server and router and all that stuff. You are saving on that. Then you have low code, no code, and then you have a lot of AI and automation coming in a very, very big way. And all this can contribute to make headless digital platforms where an entrepreneur can put up their own shop, right? Their own digital shop.
Yes.
With 50 functions, all automated, right? So he doesn't need a finance person, he doesn't need an inventory person. Through the platform, he can have a virtual inventory platform. He can have all the payment options. He can generate do all the marketing automation that he needs to connect to the world and trade or sell his products and services. So all this confluence of emerging tech is the ideal launch pad for small entrepreneurs to make use of this opportunity and address what the world wants. And today the world only wants innovation and transformation.
Exactly. So Sudin, some people they think that implementing such technologies is very difficult because they will have to spend money on complex software like ERP, CRM if they want to go for business automation processes. But as you said that there are some tools which are available and they can automate their entire process. So isn't it that there's some lack of awareness in the industry or in the society?
No, absolutely. There is lack of awareness. You rightly said we have to educate the entire. I mean, we don't have to only educate the technical workforce, but we have to educate all the citizens, all entrepreneurs, right? Especially the MSME. There are more than 60 million MSME registered units. That's a massive. That means the job opportunity and potential just from MSME alone is massive, right? So I think we have to do a better job in educating. I think a lot of the curriculum needs to be rewired. I think innovation, AI, transformation, low code, no code, automation needs to be taught in school.
True, very true.
Right? It needs to be taught education where you learn everything except emerging technology, right? Which is what the world wants, right? So I don't think that emerging technology or innovation is rocket science or science fiction. The first AI system was made more than a century back by a company called Honeywell in 1913, 1914 in the form of an autopilot. And that same autopilot today has saved, right? So you imagine they wrote that AI algorithm more than a century back. And that was because of the plane manufacturing defect or the or AI. AI is going to completely change society. Seen the benefit we have seen internally that our own technical vitality of our 277,000 workforce has scaled up, right? And for our customers, we can see that with this digital banking, with YONO, with our core banking, with our lending, with our automation, we are giving.
That's right. So
and the central bank is
no, you please continue. I just wanted to ask you, like, apart from BFSI sector, right, which are the other sectors which are going to change in the coming years?
Very great question. Thanks to the BFSI sector, the other sectors can take cue from them and copy paste our but all the innovations and transformation they badly. Let me tell you, they badly need it. I can tell you that manufacturing needs emerging tech in a very big way, right? Especially when we talk about digital 4.0 and we talk about the drones. We talk about the end use of the drones. We also talk about the hydrogen ecosystems that are coming very fast, blue hydrogen, green hydrogen, where the output is water, right? So imagine kind of transformation that we can see in the coming years. Automated guided vehicles. Then also I see a lot of potential in the agri-tech industry, which badly requires digital transformation, right? So right from your fork to farm, right from your analysis of your product or your plant yields, there's a lot of innovation that can come in the agri-tech, badly required, especially a country like ours, and because of the newer disruptions like climate change. Climate change is going to face people are going to face a lot of problems because of climate change, right? It can rain anytime. It can you can have waves of drought or heat waves. So I think the agri-tech, so manufacturing, agri-tech, healthcare, logistics, supply chain networks, they're all, by the way, broken down thanks to these trade wars and the war and a lot of other issues, right? So that needs a big fix. So I think these are the sectors which will really benefit from what the world wants, and that is innovation and transformation.
That's wonderful. And what would be the impact on the overall business, world if we implement these technologies?
No, I think there is going to be a very big benefit, because I think we need to get even more focused and more serious, especially on the manufacturing. I think that's really important, and also on the agri-tech. I see that because of the global geopolitics and the supply chain disruptions, a lot of business is going to come to India, right? And with the kind of workforce that we have, with the kind of engineers that we churn out, with the kind of entrepreneurial spirit that we've been having for centuries, right? For more than 2,000 or 3,000 years, emanating from the Indus Valley and percolating all across. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. We must not lose it, and especially and using AI and automation and blockchain and smart contracts and no code, and also getting into smart manufacturing, smart materials, drone technologies. There are a lot of government incentives and policies also around it, like the PLI schemes. Of course, those are for big manufacturers, but that is the PLI schemes will ultimately contribute to the entire ecosystem, right? As well as there is a lot of thrust on Atmanirbhar, Make in India, so that we can save the foreign exchange. And doing this also will increase the entire technical vitality of the workforce, of students, of younglings, of everybody, the faculty, bureaucrats, everybody. So I think I think it's something that we have to just focus on. We have to, in banks, we have been very successful in running the bank, where we run all our mission critical systems like our core banking and ERP and all that stuff. And on the change side, we've ushered in all these newer technologies which have made us leaders in the segment. As you rightly said, during the COVID, banks, e-commerce companies, right? These were the only organizations that were working, and they saved the world, right? I mean, who else saved the world? I mean, we saved the world, right? I mean, when you talk about frontline workers, I think bankers and e-com company guys should be included as frontline workers, along, of course, the great work that healthcare professionals.
Should be acknowledged. Yeah, they need this acknowledgement. Yeah. And definitely the future is also going to be led by these professionals.
Yeah, I have seen that I have seen, especially when I have been giving lectures on digital transformation, and I'm faculty to various academia. I have seen that there is a lot of we have a very young aspirational society which wants to make its mark, right? And they are at a time where they have access to all resources, right? I mean, years back when we did our engineering, I mean, we didn't have any search or Google or anything, right? We had to everything by ourselves and do it also by ourselves, right? So I think the aspirations of the younglings, especially the younglings, are going to be met by getting immersed in innovation and transformation, making that a key focus. And I think if we take this to a grassroots level, and one of the things about what is sometimes is said that, hey, people, yes, okay, banks may have money and that's why they can do innovation transformation. That is also true, but you can see that the digital economy today, you can see that chauffeur of Ola and Uber, can they themselves learn how to operate a smartphone,
Yes,
how
yes.
to give service to a customer, how to do e-KYC by themselves, onboard themselves
Yeah,
to that
right.
particular drive aggregator, to do
Mhm.
digital payments, to also see the route map, to do use GPS. Some of them use GPS even better than IT professionals, right? So who taught them? Did industry teach them? Did government teach them? Did academia teach them? Did students teach them? They learned it by themselves. And that is exactly what it is. That Uber or Ola app is a headless digital transformation platform where it is helping you monetize a lot more, right? So the same guy who was the same chauffeur who was waiting in that queue, in that black and yellow, taxi or rickshaw, they were waiting in a queue where only maybe they would get 5 or 6 rides in a day, or
Right.
maybe that asset is only utilized maybe 8 hours a day. Today, that asset is utilized 24/7. The chauffeur is able to earn 5 to 10 times as much, right? And this is mainstream, right? These are people who maybe a lot of them have not even gone to school, right? A lot of them have not even seen a digital app before, right? But it's all being used very successful. We all use it today, very successful. So this same digital transformation at a grassroots level can be easily extrapolated and scaled up, all across our country.
Yeah, and it will happen automatically, Sudhin, because in the coming time, people will be pushed. They'll have to implement. Otherwise, they'll be wiped out, right? Because most of the startups who are tech startups, even not the fully tech startup, maybe agri-tech or even edutech or whatever, but if they are based on technology, they are growing faster. And they
No,
are,
absolutely,
yes.
absolutely. I think our country, this entire 300 billion tons, what we produce every year can easily, double or triple through the digital transformation in the form of AI, in the form of applications, digital apps, in the form of better integrated supply chains, focusing on less wastage, making more processed kind of items, be it for medicinal herbs or be it for food wastage. I've just heard of a startup which is taking the wasted food and making protein powder out of it, right? So that's a fantastic way to how to use this emerging tech and to get 10 times, 12 times monetization levels, and as well as reduce the wastage also. At the same time, reduce the wastage, maybe work on a virtual inventory model, a zero inventory model, and then apply this
Mhm.
technology to scale up and monetize better.
That's right. That's right. And Sudhin, this was a very great discussion you had with us, and I believe that the entrepreneurs would be now thinking on shifting towards digital transformation space, and this will give them a better view of the future. You can say the industry, and they can scale up their business faster.
No, absolutely, Ashish. In fact, you are you've been doing a lot of pioneering work in this MSME space, and wish you all the very best with all the initiatives and the great work that you're doing, and would like to collaborate with you on these efforts. Being an entrepreneur myself, being an entrepreneur first in very large organizations, and I never thought of myself as an employee or something. I always thought of as an entrepreneur in large organizations, and today I'm an entrepreneur myself and fairly successful in whatever I've done, and willing to collaborate, and let's take this ahead. I think our MSMEs and the needy entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs, small people need a lot of help. They need a lot of push, and together, let's collaborate and take whatever great work you've done. All the great work that you have done. Let's push on that.
Thank you so much, Sudin. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.